What's a goodie, everybody on the YouTube side of things? Welcome in today. Me and the Twitch chat over here, twitch.tv/NXIRL, link to bio, are about to react to the HSR 3.5 live stream before their deaths special program. Now, as always, I am going into this completely blind. I do not look at leaks. I do not look at spoilers. So I have some things I am anticipating seeing in the live stream. Maybe they talk more about the upcoming free 5-star. Maybe they expand on that developer radio post and tell us about, what is it called? Anomaly arbitration, this new endgame mode. But other than that, I'm just looking forward to Cerydra and Hyacine's news, what's going to be happening with the rerun, so on and so forth. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into it, baby. Chat, do let me know if volume is good. Woo! Here we go. Sponsored by Lady Aglaya. It hasn't been quite often. Oh, immediately into the trailer. I feel like sometimes they talk first. Evil March was true all along? What was that? Also, are they giant? Is this actually transforming into Titans? Like, they seem quite large, no? Yo. Okay, first look, Cerydra, Hyacine. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Why'd my boy Don Hung have that little crown thing going? New love interest. Plus one girlfriend. Oh my gosh! Wait, we gotta go back to that scene directly. Wait, it really is Infinity Stones. Oh my gosh! What the hell is happening? Who is that? Bro, what the hell even was that? That just showed so many different characters. Hold on, we gotta run it back a little bit. Evil March for one. Oh my goodness. Okay, chat, I'm already sweating. I'm already sweating. That was too much. That was actually too much at once. Dude, Serene has alternate form before we even get a Serene, or Serene rather. Okay, so the fact that she's skating is sick, chat. She might be worth pulling simply for the overworld, like, exploration factor. If she's on skates the whole time, that's tough. Okay, now what the hell is this? What is this, bro? Why's my dog got a crown on? Dude, we get Don Hung and Bitter Lunay Super Saiyan 2 form. Evil March, the rumors are true. Chat, look, I was never against the idea of an Evil March. I just didn't buy into the fact that it's like, oh, because she's going to get an alternate form, that means she's going to be evil. However, you know, maybe I'm being a bit too judgmental. You know, glowing red eyes do strike me as evil, if anime has taught me anything. Dude, they are literally collecting the Infinity Stones. Okay, we have Serene that we've come to know. And now, like, Serene Part 2? Isn't always evil? Come on, bro. It's always evil. Classic trope. The whole gang has now made it to Ides Elysiae. Black Swan is there. Who else, bro? Like, this is the crazy part. Dude, Don Hung with the new drip. He's evolving, bro. We're gonna get new Don Hung every patch now. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, dude. And my dog Screwlum. I didn't even catch him first time around. Ooh, dude, March. I'll tell you what, chat. I love the black and red with like Marchie's pink hair. I think it looks really good. Umbrella spotted, dude. ZZZ coded. And what is this? Dude, it does remind me of Acheron. Yeah, bro, what is this? Who is this? I would like to assume it's Serini, but I mean, maybe we go from black ensemble march to white ensemble march to signify her being evil into being purified. I think I'm gassing it. And who are we even fighting right there? Ay, ay, ay. Dude, look, pink hair equals March. Okay, everybody knows it. All right. Oh my gosh, and they go straight into the live stream code. Chat, it is pinned at the top of the stream. Okay, make sure you do your live stream codes. Damn, that's a lot. Yeah, Elysia, that makes sense. Lacks critical HI3 info. I really know nothing about HI3, so. Oh, the fight, or excuse me, the punch is kind of like the trash can fight from Penacony. Cut and paste, really? It is exactly like Elysia and HI3? Again, I'm clueless. I'm clueless. No, Zhao Shou was March, yep. We're all in the March verse right now. That's all there's ever been. All there's ever been, all there ever will be. Okay, mascot, by the way.
Ooh, and whether or not your world has a day-night cycle.
Ooh.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is the
Lazy
Honkai
Company.
version
I don't know if I'd say that.
3.5 special program. I'm your
I like how
host,
Cerydra's crown is flaming. Kind of
Our
neat
three
touch.
guests today are all renowned figures. So,
Chat, we saw in the, what would it have been, 3.4 story that we have the outfit creep, which is now the next iteration of how they're making characters better, okay? It started off with power creep and animation creep, and now with Hyacines, like a midsection with the bubbles, and Cerydra with the constantly flaming crown. This is the new version. Bump up the live stream volume. Yeah, I got you.
let's give them a
that
warm
better?
welcome.
No need for formalities, dear subjects.
Can you guys still hear me?
The masses
Testing,
have
testing,
given
testing.
me many titles, but here, feel free to call me by my name.
Yeah, welcome in,
Cerydra.
welcome in. Okay,
I'm
you're good.
Herda. No need for further introductions.
Everybody knows
Greetings,
Herda.
dear viewers. I am Screwler.
About as loud as the
It's a
live stream,
pleasure to meet
but
you
it's
all
good
again.
balance then, yeah?
Once again, a warm welcome to you all. Ooh, oh, Albert is so honored. Not only do we have the peerless gem, unrivaled
Didn't even
genius,
try to
and
promote him?
inimitable
Nah, they got
beauty
some
on our
screen
show,
time,
we've
but oh my
also got
gosh,
a
they definitely
genius
worked the star of the
symbolizing
show.
mechanical aesthetics, humanistic charm, and elegant precision. And even her Imperial Majesty has graced us with her presence.
If you keep going on like this, Dux Blabator, the audience is going to walk out.
Rude!
Blabbiter, Your Imperial Majesty, if I may be so bold, letting the audience know about our important guests is crucial.
Amphoreus Act
This is
2?
not
Yeah,
idle
that's a good point.
chatter.
Owlbirds,
I could definitely see
just
that.
get to the point, okay?
Since this is what our guests unanimously requested, as we enter version 3.5, the second half of the Amphorean story will officially begin.
Let's
We'll
go
meet
emoting?
brand new
Why not?
companions and witness familiar friends in a completely new light.
Indeed. Besides the already
Bro.
known Chrysos heirs, we also caught glimpses of Lady Cerydra and Lady Hyacine in that trailer.
To the point you guys were making, Screwlum had to have a line to be like, by the way, Cerydra and Hyacines were in that trailer, okay? I know everybody was just constantly staring at March and Don Hung and Elysia, but Cerydra and Hyacines, they were there.
Miss March 7th and Mr. Don Hung have also undergone quite significant changes.
Yeah, we definitely saw that
And
part.
that one with pink hair, she
saw that
looks
part
a
too.
lot like that girl named Cyrene. Was that her new form?
I'll keep that under wraps for now.
Damn,
But
dude.
What I can tell you is that this renewed journey is about to ascend to a higher dimension. At the place where three paths intertwine, a battle of paths that will determine the safety of the cosmos has begun. In version 3.4 story, the Trailblazer made a promise with Finan
Yep,
and took
yep.
up the mantle of Deliverer. Meanwhile, Finan went to confront Nanook with the most blazing fury.
Maybe the best
we now
animation
know
we've
that
ever seen, by
Amphoreus
the
was
way.
a testing ground for the Lord Ravager Iron Tomb to self-extrapolate and grow, while Finan and Cyrene accumulated power through 30 million eternal recurrences to delay the moment of Iron Tomb's true completion.
Oh my gosh.
Even though human strength remains insignificant before the eons, human wills shall never be mere pawns for the gods to manipulate at their whim.
Yeah, the boss,
The
maybe Iron
fury
Tomb, that
of
would kind of make
400
sense.
million core flames brought forth a destruction
I
as
also don't
brilliant
think that
as
we've
a solar
necessarily
flare.
seen the end of Lygus.
Finan's efforts have once again interrupted the progress of Iron Tomb, and at the beginning of version 3.5, we'll discover that even the spread of the Black Tide has been halted.
Oh, so that
That's
too
good.
was the work of the Deliverer. Finan. I'll remember that name.
But back to the matter at hand. The weight of the world rests on that little one's shoulders, and saving Amphoreus remains an unavoidable conundrum.
Before saving the world,
have so much to
there's
say
one
right
more
now.
preparation we need to make.
All
The
camping?
Scepter has an extremely strict autonomous protocol, restricting even its administrator.
Okay.
According to my and Madame Herta's speculation, this ultimate protocol goes by another name in Amphoreus. The Law Titan, Talantan.
Exactly!
Huh.
So if we can master the authority of law before the Era Nova is complete, we can find a new breakthrough and turn the tables on
Yeah,
our
what
favor.
up? Welcome, welcome.
According to Amphorian history,
Spoil
the
the
core
whole
flame of law
story?
was
Yeah, they
returned a
typically do.
millennium ago. The Trailblazers' mission is therefore clear. Anchor to a time before the core flame's return, travel back to the past, and claim the core flame.
In version
To be honest, we kind of anticipated all this stuff would happen, though, right? Like, the whole idea is that we are, what's up, Lilac? Is that we are starting over from the beginning, right? But because we, the Trailblazer, exist, now we can help essentially change the course of history from what Finan was repeatedly experiencing for 33 million cycles, right? And obviously, it's going to be early on because we learned in the last story that Cerydra and Hyacine, along with, you know, another one or two, have bit the dust. You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of the whole intro to Amphoreus that we saw with the four, you know, Chrysos heirs being, like, blacked out, you know, just the shadow, just the outline, if you will, of those characters. Damn, I lost my other train of thought right there. Whatever. It'll come to me as we
3.5's
go.
Trailblaze mission. The Trailblazer will journey alongside Cyrene to Akama from 1,000 years ago in a new
Good thing for
cycle
the
of
streak.
eternal recurrence. That was also the era when Aglaya's predecessors still held power. The bearer of the Law Core Flame and Empress of Akama, the Imperator Cerydra.
Then you are all targeting me? What makes you so sure I will cooperate with the Trailblazer without any reservations?
I
Does,
wouldn't
bro.
say they're
Everybody
targeting you.
does.
Someone as brilliant and mighty as yourself surely understands that the Trailblazer is working towards a brighter future for Amphoreus. In version 3.5, the Trailblazer will not only meet the Knight Commander Hyacine and Imperator Cerydra while revisiting the past, but they'll also encounter Tribi and Aglaya from a millennium ago. We hope you're looking for
Chad, this is the perfect time. This is quite literally the perfect time for us to meet Tribi and Aglaya from a millennium ago, before Tribi split into 1,000 Tribis and became daycare unit. Now they give us the Tribi adult Huaman skin, and everybody goes peepo clap. Incredible, predicted.
forward to this first meeting and reunion.
I believe the Trailblazer will win everyone's trust with their sincerity, as always.
Moreover, in version 3.5, we'll get to see another side of Sixtia as the city of infinite revelry.
Okay.
Legend has it that in the coastal city-state, encircled by rainbows and ocean currents, the festivities never cease. People indulge in endlessly refilled honey brews while music flows without pause through every hour of the day.
But those residents in the city don't look too friendly, do they? Better watch out.
Ooh.
Don't be so quick to celebrate. And don't think you can just brush this off. This involves the core flame of law. Do you really think it'll be that easy?
Indeed. Since it concerns the ultimate protocol, that old Intellitron will definitely pay extra attention. He's very likely to step in and personally intervene.
That is no longer just a possibility. The Theoros Ligus has recently arrived at the Holy City and already sought an audience with me.
Okay, this is a good place to pause this and talk about it. People in chat being like, oh, they're spoiling again, they're spoiling again. I'm not here to say that HSR doesn't spoil their story with their live streams constantly, because they do. Okay, Honkai spoil rail is in fact very real. But everything they've said so far is honestly just restating what we have already been essentially, if not directly, taught, indirectly understood, that hey, we're starting back from zero. Because of that, these old, core flame flame chase journey people will still be alive. Because they're still going to be alive, we're going to have to interact with them. The key to success is going to be interacting and essentially changing the path, changing the course of time. None of that should come as a shock. Telling us that Ligus and Cerydra are already in the middle of a meeting, this is where, this is not like something that would be indirectly assumed. So, yeah, I was going to defend them, but now, yeah, we're starting to leak into that territory.
As for what he said, it was interesting, to say the least.
Okay, at least they didn't tell us the whole
Going from an
ordeal.
observer to an interventionist is quite the unusual shift. While it shows his plans have been seriously impacted and need urgent revision, it also means the Trailblazer will face even tougher challenges ahead.
Something's off. If he's just a regular administrator, this level of dedication is way over the top. Who could this old Intellitron really be?
I think that is an Easter egg, but yet again, something that we've all already, kind of assumed. Ligus is not simply as he appears. And I think the last live stream showing the changing of face from Ligus already kind of like spelled that out.
Maybe Ligus's true identity and motives will surface as we continue to clash with him. Besides, even when facing higher dimensional opponents, we have reliable allies who can lend us a hand. In version 3.5, both the geniuses Herda and Skrulum will become more deeply involved in Amphoreus.
Okay.
With them, our hand in this game grows even stronger.
Love to see it.
To add another layer of assurance to our journey, Albert here has gathered some intel about Ligus to share with everyone.
Okay, I don't want to know this, but obviously we're going to have to listen to it. I will say this, chat. Obviously, we're going to win. Okay, we have plot armor. It's just what's going to happen. But given that we have Finan and Cerydra with the knowledge of 33 million cycles, given that we as the Trailblazer have this knowledge that going back in time, none of the other core flame, owners or the flame chase journey people are aware of. Plus, we have Herda and Skrulum. Plus, at some point, we're going to have to get in contact with the Express. How in the world, faced, with this challenge, given we have the prerequisites of so much knowledge and we've got Super Saiyan Finan, bro, we should easy clap. You know what I mean? I am interested to see how this even becomes some sort of a struggle for us.
Check it out. During combat, Ligus will switch between
yeah, okay,
two
here, Evil
different
Ligus,
forms.
makes sense.
In his first form, he can generate Titankin for combat while also applying special effects to our allied characters. Characters
Dude, he
affected
got
by this
jacked,
special
by the
effect
way.
will have their ultimates
He
activated,
got jacked.
but using an ultimate during this effect will cost massive
Yeah,
HP.
spoiling the fight, not a huge
When
surprise.
the total number of allies and enemies that appear on the field reaches a certain amount, Ligus will enter his second form. In
Whoa.
this second form, black tide creatures will continuously spawn, and Ligus will modify these monsters' parameters to greatly increase their threat level. During this phase, he will continuously
looks
enhance
sick.
his ultimate as time passes. When using the ultimate, Ligus will deal massive distributed damage to all allies.
Oh?
He
Is there
looks
any key
sick!
information to
Oh
help
my
solve this
goodness!
puzzle?
Of course! If you can make a certain number of allies and enemies leave the field during his second form, it'll accelerate Ligus to switch back to his first form, reducing the threat of his ultimate.
Logic. We need to quickly eliminate black tide creatures to reduce the threat and improve
Deleted
our
System
chances of
32,
victory.
crazy.
Though it's still unclear why
gives me
we
a
must
Frieza
directly
from Dragon Ball
confront the
vibes.
Theoros.
Maybe it's just
Knowing
like
your
the
enemy
white and
is
purple,
half the
but
battle. Dux Avis Snoopius, your intel work is impressive.
Oh,
A JoJo
thank you for your
stand?
praise,
Wild.
Your Imperial Majesty. All right, let's take a short break for now, and when we come back, I've got more intel about our two Chrysos heirs seniors.
ooh. Chat, I really don't think that was that bad of like a spoil session. You know, I do think, and I saw somebody say it in chat, I think maybe it was Bree, was like, it's not as bad as it has been. And I agree. Like, in previous live streams, it feels like they have gone out of their way to be like, yo, huge plot point. Here, you should have it now. You should have it now prior to all the buildup. Where it's like, yeah, I understand why they would want to give some sort, like, it is a bit of a buzzkill where it's like, hey, we know at some point we're going to fight a new boss. Like, that is a bit of a buzzkill, but I understand why they may want to disclose the mechanics. Now, I might not agree with them doing it. I think it'd be more fun to discover it for yourself, or to just have some pop-up screen as soon as you get to the fight that gives a briefing of the boss mechanics. But I can at least understand why it's like, hey, we want to take this time when we're communicating with the community to say, hey, these are going to be the new mechanics. Let's go ahead and give the, give the community a brief rundown of how it's going to work so they don't go into this fight totally clueless. I get it. Again, I might not agree, but I get it. But at least as far as saying like, hey, this major plot point in story, I think they did a good job of skirting around that for the most part. 3.2, they were like, Anaxa will be talking to Elder Kindness and cutting a deal behind our backs when the Trailblazer and Casters go to recover the Death Core Flame. Yeah, basically, we don't even need to play the story at that point. Lycus literally said at the end of 3.4 in the admin notes he was going to intervene and remove the Trailblaze to assist Iron Tomb's creation. So yeah, I mean, I would say, kind of like what I iterated on earlier, or I don't think that's the right word, kind of what I talked about earlier, is the fact that a lot of this was already implied through the previous versions, 3.4 and prior. None of this shocks me, or none of this strikes me as shocking information. Okay, confirm it right here. Dot is back, baby. If it is not, I will literally be shocked. Also, physical character with water animations. Incredible. Makes absolutely no sense. Again, though, we have Bailu water animations with lightning, so.
Hey!
Not bad, not bad.
Leaking?
Dux Plumpus, if this is your idea of entertainment, it's pretty underwhelming.
Dramatic.
Yeah, the skate thing looks sick.
Thank you, Mr. Albert, for your quick thinking.
I mean, I'm not saying that the lightning or that the physical can't necessarily make sense. It's just the fact that it is so clearly water aesthetic. You know what I mean? But no water elements. So.
Please bear with us.
All right, go find Dux Goldweaver and have her allocate some repair
Dux.
funds.
Thank you for your gracious gift, Your Imperial Majesty.
Come to think of it, this Hyacine looks quite different from regular humans. She's got
She's
scales,
got an aquarium
and
in
her
her
belly seems
midsection.
to be transparent?
That's right. Hyacine is the most
Flex
powerful
stick.
and beautiful sea siren princess born to Fagusa, the ocean titan. She grew up in the embrace of the ocean.
I see, but why did this beautiful sea siren come ashore? And how did she end up becoming
Beautiful
the
sea
Knight
siren
Commander of the
indeed.
Holy City?
Although the black tide hasn't spread in this cycle, it still surges in the
Yo, Van,
darkest
think of the
bowels of the
4
world.
hundo.
In other words, the ocean. Fagusa promised the sea sirens that after repelling the black tide, they would throw them an endless feast on land. But in the end, Fagusa fell into silence, and the sea
Sag.
sirens were decimated in the war, leaving Hyacine as the sole survivor.
Damn.
When
Kind
I
of like
first
Firefly
met
for
her,
real.
Hyacine was in a complete daze.
Yo, welcome,
Her
welcome.
power could scatter armies, yet she no longer knew whom her blade served.
A tragic past. Sounds like prime protagonist material for a novel. Then what happened?
Bro, it is funny as hell to me that they're just giving us Hyacine tragic backstory in 3.5 Livestream. Usually they save this for the character trailers, but...
Since that is the case, I will point the way. If she yearns for revelry, I will see it done.
Revelry?
All I
Wow.
ask is for her unwavering loyalty, to stand as my sword and banner, and mine alone.
I see. So Lady Cerydra became Lady Hyacine's light.
But can she adapt to life on land as a sea siren?
She did struggle a bit at first, but now she's got the hang of it. She also gained the friendship of my other loyal subjects, such as the previously mentioned Dux Goldweaver.
Oh, wait, to that point, sorry, I'm stalling big time right now, my bad. But, chat, bro, we should get an insane Myriad Celestia trailer. Maybe not before 3.5, because that maybe is too much of a spoil, I don't know. But between 3.5 and 3.6 media, we should get a banger Myriad Celestia trailer. Okay, calling it now, shit is incoming.
Aglaya.
But rumor has it that Hyacine has never been seen together with little Cypher. I say she deliberately avoids any occasions where Dolus's little kitty is present.
It's only natural for a fish to avoid a cat.
Fish girl confirmed.
Now then, let's see how Miss Hyacine performs in combat.
As my sword and banner, she...
Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Somebody explain.
Hyacine performs in combat.
As my sword and banner, she fears no combat. When she uses her basic attack, skill, or ultimate in combat,
for it.
there's a chance to inflict random types of DOT debuffs on enemies.
Random types. That is interesting. I'm all here for it. Chat, we've talked about this previously. The way to make Dot stronger, and obviously, look, she's inflicting DOT. She's in the team with Kafka and Black Swan. Basically confirmed at this point. I've said before, the way to buff it is to give more opportunities to apply various debuffs so that Kafka can proc them. So, hey, coming to fruition right now. Ramen!
AA Medium Ramen just reached LVL 12.
Yo, Ramen, thank you. W's in the chat for the 12 months, baby. And Lurzhaw, welcome. Hope you're doing well.
It seems Lady Hyacine is a perfect match for characters who specialize in DOT effects.
That's right. When using her skill, Hyacine increases damage taken by all enemies and deals damage. When
Okay.
using her ultimate, Hyacine creates a zone on the field and deals damage to all enemies.
Okay.
Sunlight pours into the shimmering sea, where graceful fish dance in the water. Such is
Ooh.
the breathtaking beauty befitting of a sea siren princess.
I want to know what this zone
That's
does.
my most beautiful sword. But for enemies, such beauty means deadly danger. Enemies in the zone will have reduced defense and take additional physical DOT from Hyacines whenever they
Dude.
take DOT damage.
Dude.
Nothing beats the thrill of a new turn and a
Oh
screen
my
full
gosh.
of numbers flying off the enemy. Plus, this zone is perfect for the buff Kafka. After all, Kafka's frequency of dealing DOT damage is super frequent now.
Dude, Dot is about to shred for
After
about one whole
using the
patch.
technique, Hyacines summons
New enemy leaked.
a special dimension that automatically moves forward. Enemies within this dimension will not initiate attacks. When
Huh.
Hyacines actively attacks affected enemies to enter combat, her talent's effect will trigger multiple times, randomly applying DOT debuffs to the enemies.
Okay.
I just noticed, is Miss Hyacine actually attacking with a violin bow?
Let the enemies slumber within the symphony, for the waves stirred by the Dux Gladiorum's melody are as graceful as they are deadly.
Thank you for the introduction.
Okay, so if that's everything about her, guys, one's in chat if you're pulling for Hyacines and getting debated by Dot one more time. Two's if you're skipping, one's if you're pulling. Dude, a lot of skippers. I mean, we got some ones that, damn, a lot of skippers. Oh my goodness. Nobody's gonna risk it for Dot? Come on now. I shouldn't say nobody, because there are some ones. But, hey, don't tell me nothing about Cerydra yet. Maybe Cerydra is just so OP that it would be an absolute throw to pull for Hyacines in the same patch. I don't know. Clear that Nyx is not pulling? Whoa. I said nothing about it, okay? I've already got Kafka. I've already got Black Swan. I'm already invested in the Dot Stonks, and she looks really cool. But, yeah, we'll see, chat. I'm honestly not committed to anything at this point in time, okay? Maybe Hyacines, maybe Cerydra, maybe reruns, maybe we just wait and save because we saw new versions of quite a few characters in that trailer. I think that's probably the play, if I'm being totally honest. And beautiful animations? Yeah, she does have some nice looking animations. I agree, but that is a bit subjective, right? I don't think drip marketing is tonight, right? I think drip marketing... Oh, wait, it's tonight and tomorrow? Hold on, I thought it was on, oh, well, the 3rd and the 4th. I guess technically, midnight tonight for EST would be the 3rd, right? And I guess if they're going off of, like, CN time? Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, chat. So, we wait for drip marketing. Damn, these next couple days are going to be exciting.
And now, let us get to know her better. The great ruler who reigned over an age, Cerydra.
Cerydra, talk to me. Yo, Breakkill. Breakkill, can I use your, Hold on. Oh my gosh, bro. I gotta focus in on this. Yo, Breakkill, you down for, MOC tomorrow? Question mark? Of course? Okay, sick. Chat, we will be playing the brand new MOC on Asia server tomorrow. Okay. Oh, I mean, looks pretty cool.
Cerydra, the great imperator, supreme commander of the holy city, initiator of the first flame chase
Force Girls are
journey,
gonna start in about an
bearer
hour.
of lost core flame, and the key figure in the plan to seize Amphoreus' administrative privileges.
Though I am absolutely a monarch, I need no songs of praise. Sweet words are but the daggers of cowards. If you're so eager to play the jester, why not just shut your beak and be the Imperator's pawn instead?
Pawn Albert Krasi.
Your way of doing things is quite intimidating. I wonder, what do people usually say about you?
Ambitious and ruthlessly cruel.
The Imperator
mean
never
girl.
fears controversy, nor would she act for the sake of praise. I studied chess since childhood. On the board, only one rule matters. Win. I will stop at nothing and pay any price to achieve my goals.
Oh, what exactly do you mean by any price?
It means I won't hesitate, even if victory costs me my king piece. The only thing I want is that sweet checkmate at the end game.
Okay.
I remember that Aglaia was being trained as the Imperator's successor. That kind of pressure must be immense.
Such pressure is nothing for the Imperator's successor. That girl's tenacity is second to none.
Looks like convincing the Imperator to cooperate will be quite a challenge for the Trailblazer. Could Mr. Albert share some more information to help improve the Trailblazer's chances?
Albert do have some juicy stories about the monarch.
Okay, we've predicted for a while now, all signs pointed towards Hyacines being Dot. In Divergent Universe with the Golden Blood boons, the fact that she's physical, nihility, all of it lined up. Cerydra, if we're also going off of Divergent Universe, I am anticipating an action advancer and probably some form of additional skill points.
For instance,
We're power
although she
creeping
was
Sparkle
known as
again.
the first and last monarch of Akama, she actually came from a city-state
All
that
signs
worships
point
the
toward
land.
being meta. You know,
Born in
limited
a foreign
harmonies typically
land,
are.
yet ruling over Akama.
Let me see what records we have here. During the first siege
I
of
thought they were gonna
Akama,
start
the
talking
city
about a
was
kid.
breached
I
and faced
pre-fired
a
that
devastating
real early.
crisis. At that time, it was Cerydra who led her army to ensure Akama's safety, sparing the citizens from the ravages of war. Since then, she's been revered as its sovereign ruler, governing over the holy city.
That's right. Cerydra yearns to build Amphoreus into a powerful, unified empire that will last for countless generations.
Yeah, but she didn't even last for countless generations. Too soon? Not sure.
That's why she decided to embark on the flame chase. When dealing with her, the Trailblazer might want to approach the conversation by discussing the future of Amphoreus. And how would this monarch handle herself when facing
Yeah, no
enemies?
banners yet. No banners
Would you
yet.
care to enlighten us, your Imperial Majesty?
I certainly can. As I mentioned before, I've studied chess since childhood, and the extrapolation of chess positions is my way of waging war.
Okay.
My skill can grant special buffs to one designated ally character.
Okay.
When the buffed character uses their basic attack or skill, they'll help me accumulate charge to level up this special buff.
Okay.
After leveling up, the special buff allows the character to duplicate their skill once when using it against enemies.
So the same skill can hit twice.
That's
Huh.
right. Besides normal
Okay, interesting for Finan. Obviously, that'll be good. He can get extra core flames, assuming it doesn't cost another skill point, you know.
skills, some special enhanced skills can also be duplicated.
Take a look. Finance enhanced skill, which requires accumulating core
Yeah,
stacks of surge,
Finan's
can be
best in
used
slot
twice.
has arrived. Holy
In
smokes.
other words, when paired with Professor Anaxagoras, both his skill and extra skill can trigger again.
Oh my goodness! Okay, it's not extra skill points. It's just straight up extra skills. That is crazy. Bro, I've been telling you guys, Anaxa is probably my favorite character I don't own, and playing him with Cerydra means he attacks essentially infinitely. Oh my goodness. If I had Anaxa, even more so than look, I own Finan. I don't own Anaxa. Bro, I might pull her just for the idea of maybe having her and Anaxa together. Oh my
Sink
goodness.
into insanity. Straight to the soul.
Dude, that
When
is
I
a
use my
wild
ultimate,
combo.
I'll build up charge and deal damage to all enemies.
Now that's battlefield control.
Choo!
It's true that everything is like a game of chess.
That's
All about
actually
planning,
crazy.
strategy.
Also, when I use my technique, the character who triggers combat will receive the special buff at the start of the next battle.
Okay,
Keep
easy
this
enough.
in mind when planning your battle strategy.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We're such
Action
a
Advance
pro-
reskin, why even waste time? You know, basically what they did with Mighty Most is they said, why waste time making you press the button? We're just gonna have Mighty attack the strongest enemy, okay? We're just cutting out some of the wasted efforts. And with Cerydra, they said, why waste time action advancing and making you press the button for another skill? Why not just fire away? Why not just do it one more time? Pretty damn cool. Yeah, the fact that it works with Finan's ultimate mode is legitimately insane. But oh my gosh, dude, that's even more exciting for Anaxa. That's awesome.
A commander leading our battles. Who wouldn't want to serve under Her Majesty
Better
the
limited
Empress?
character? Yeah, I mean, again,
Naturally.
harmonies typically are,
Mediocrity
so.
has no place
Oh,
on the
dude, that's
throne.
actually pretty neat.
The one who shall
Anaxa
lead
skill
all of
times 4 is
Amphoreus can only
bananas.
be, and must
Who's
be,
all just auto
me.
battles. Yeah, exactly.
However, after experiencing Cerydra's story
Oh,
in
man.
version 3.5, you might discover that there's more than meets the eye behind this cold imperator. Stay tuned!
Okay, guys, 1's in chat if you are planning on pulling for Cerydra. 2's in chat if you are Cerydra skipper. Prediction on banners after this? It would not surprise me at all if Anaxa gets a rerun, seeing how he interacts with, damn, there's still 2's, but I think there's considerably more 1's for Cerydra. I will be too poor. Real. Very, very real. 1.5s? Oh man, people on the fence, huh? Chat, I gotta see what these rerun banners are, and I can't say for sure, and maybe this is why you guys are saying 1.5 until we see the rerun banners. But I told you guys previously, up until this point, I've only ever pulled for characters because they fit the factions that I am just interested in collecting. Never about meta, never about synergies, just like, hey, is this an Astral Express character? I'll pull them. Is it a Genius Society member? I'll pull them. Stellaron Hunter, pull them. With some other characters mixed in between. But because the game is getting a bit more difficult, investing in limited harmonies might be the play. So Cerydra, especially seeing how she synergizes so well with Fine and probably new best in slot, and I'd love to get an Anaxa at some point. It could happen. That being said, if they show these banners, hold on, so predictions, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw Anaxa. Like, when did Anaxa first come out? Somebody remind me. Because, I mean, we're only in 3.5, so was it 3.2? Okay, 3.2, so we had 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. It feels a little early, but I wouldn't be super shocked. It can't be Finan, you know what I mean? So because she works so well, or at least was showcased, I'm sure she works well with a lot of characters, but because she works so well as showcased with Finan and Anaxa, that wouldn't surprise me. So maybe, because obviously Hoyo wants to get in our pockets, Hoyo wants to take all our money, maybe they rerun, oh, wait, we already know that Silverwolf and Kafka are getting runs in 3.5, so maybe we'll have double or triple banners again, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Black Swan alongside of Hyacine, and then Anaxa alongside of Cerydra. Underestimating the greed? Am I underestimating it? Hey, let's find out.
Now let's take a look at the version 3.5.
Yeah, here we go.
In version 3.5's first half warp.
Asta, Arlen, and Hook. Oh my gosh, dude, I didn't predict those at all.
Trailblazers can acquire.
Yo, her light cone looks awesome, by the way. That's a really nice looking light cone.
Limited 5-star light cone. Why does the ocean sing? We'll have a boosted drop rate. In the first half, the limited 5-star character.
We already knew she was coming.
Is returning. And at the same time, the limited 5-star light cone.
Atrocious 4-star lineup
will become available once again. In version 3.5, second half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Cerydra. The limited 5-star light cone.
Her light cone looks awesome too. Damn.
Will have a boosted drop rate. In the second half, the limited 5-star character Silverwolf is returning.
Okay, surely it's not just Kafka and Silverwolf, right?
While at the same time, the limited 5-star light cone Incessant Rain will become available once again. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more shortly.
Oh, okay. Well, Chad, we already knew that. We already... They told us last live stream that Kafka and Silverwolf were coming back, so... Most skippable reruns. Look, if you don't care about Dot, then obviously there's no reason to pull Kafka. Silverwolf, I do think is awesome, but Silverwolf just fits in the exact same bucket as, and chat, remember, redeem these codes if you haven't already. But Silverwolf just fits in the same bucket as Cypher, as Treeby, so, you know, if you've got one, or maybe you've even got the other two, not Silverwolf, you really don't need to pull for Silverwolf. Oi, 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 oi. Love Dot. Kafka will get her Eidolons this time. Interesting. Wait, so are you one of the Hyacine wanters? I think they both look good. But I mean, when do the characters not look good? Again, I already own Kafka and Silverwolf, so easy skips on rerun banners simply from that POV. But yeah, if I were going to pull, I think I would get Cerydra rather than Hyacine, but I might end up skipping both. I would love to own both of them, and maybe we toss a tenner just to see, but I personally cannot full commit. I simply cannot. Yeah, Preview, that's a really good point. Showing Marchi and Don Hung in the live stream is essentially killing the sales of the 3.5 characters. 3.6 units are skippable against Cerydra. Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe I'd try for both, but yeah, we just got to see this drip marketing first. All right. Let's see. Last leg of the live stream.
We're halfway through the feast. It's time to grab some food and fill those bellies. In version 3.5, the Chrysos Maze Grand Restaurant will make its debut. During this event, Trailblazers will team up with Chrysos Heirs to run a restaurant in ID's Elysiae.
Running a restaurant with the Chrysos heirs? That sounds familiar. Where have I seen that before?
Weren't we supposed to save the world? What's all this about opening a restaurant?
This is skipping 3.5, dude. I definitely would.
That's
I know, 1000% skip for Marchi or Don Hung.
Even though it's just a story, it holds infinite possibilities.
I mean, maybe even Cyrene.
And will create many beautiful memories.
McDonald's is great.
This restaurant's customers are quite special. Our purpose in opening this place is to serve delicious food to the little fairies from the members' maze and bring a new lease of life to this abandoned restaurant.
I mean, I'm sure this will be fine, but not really.
Needs to take on the
making
role
me too excited.
of
I'll be honest.
manager, run the establishment,
yeah, dude, Marchi
and
looks
win
cool.
the approval of fairy customers.
Wait, new light cone though, huge. I wonder who it'll be good for. probably Cerydra or, you know, Hyacines, right?
So participate in the regular Members Maze food review.
Easy,
Earn
ski
stars
it,
step by step,
brr.
and ultimately become a
Better than Robin and
four-star
Max teams?
Memsula
Oh, man, it
restaurant.
seems like she would
All right.
be. I mean,
Then
it's just
what's the
so
style
many
of this
extra
restaurant?
actions.
And what dishes do they serve?
Salutations, dear guests! We specialize in authentic Ides Lysiae haute cuisine. Please take a look at our menu, carefully curated by our nature-born chef from Ides
Bro,
Lysiae.
what is Albert on right
which
now?
only uses local organic ingredients. Today's special is our fresh lettuce salad, made with all natural organic greens and paired with our
Lettuce
signature
salad?
dressing with a
Oh
crisp,
my gosh,
refreshing
bro.
taste and a smooth, lingering finish. Our chef who prepared and mixed the salad right at your table, offering you the full ceremonial
Bro.
experience.
Salad? Oh, it looks good. What else have you got?
Feeding rabbits and
We
turtles?
also have
Yeah, I guess
the
it checks out.
colorful salad and the Ceri salad.
Wait a minute. Why
Welcome
is
to
everything
McDonald's.
salad?
Would you like lettuce?
Well, one reason is that Mr. Finan, one of our head chefs, specializes in salads. And the other reason is the restaurant is still in its early stages.
Tell me
So
you can't cook
we're
without telling me you
limited
can't
on
cook.
ingredients and
What's on the
supplies.
menu? Lettuce.
However, as your management level increases, the Trailblazer can unlock more menu items, expand the shop size, and recruit more members.
Huge.
And to meet the customer's demands, the Trailblazer will need to work with everyone to grow various ingredients besides running the restaurant.
They've done it,
There
chat.
are two
They've
agricultural
managed to
experts in
include
accent
mint picking and
Hyacine
HSR
and
now.
Purple Berries
Incredible.
will
Hoyo
join
could not
forces
stray
to
too
guide
far
the
from its roots.
Trailblazer through the planning process.
It looks like we won't have to worry about ingredients with Anaxa and Hyacine around.
Leave it to the professionals. One dare say it finally
Have you
bears
had
the
HI3?
semblance of a contender
Bruh.
for 4 Michelin stars.
Of course,
Michelin
having ingredients
stars.
alone isn't
Ooh.
enough. As a restaurant manager, the Trailblazer needs to consider many other aspects. For example,
Games in
the
a
ingredients
game,
you
yep.
grow should match the restaurant's current recommended dishes to maximize operating profits. Leveling up dishes can enhance quality and increase the
Yeah, this
average
is
spend
almost-
per customer.
I mean, it's
Proper
quite
staffing in
similar
both the
to the
kitchen
ZZZ
and dining
Asubian
area
Temple
is
event
essential
as well.
to reduce customer
Like, you
wait
need to craft
times
certain
and increase
things.
table turnover
You know,
rates.
you need
Purchasing
to
specific
make certain
facilities can
foods.
also boost the restaurant's reputation and attract more customers. Plus,
Cooking
different ferry
mama
customers
event.
have
Why
different
not a cooking
personalities and
mama
unique dining
event?
preferences. Some ferry customers
Ah.
prefer set meals, while others are competitive eaters doing food reviews who tend to eat a lot more. And some ferry customers try to sneak away
Oh, this
without
looks
paying.
like, Chet, what's the
Oh.
name of that game? Like
Trying to
Overcooked?
dine and dash.
Okay, it
Someone's
looks like
about
in
to
the
face
tougher
the
stages it
judgment
could
of
end
the
up being
law.
somewhat fun, but
While running the
meh.
business, you'll often face unexpected situations that need the Trailblazer's decision-making skills. Running a restaurant isn't exactly a walk in the park. As for what
Yes.
roles the other
Yes.
Christosair friends will play in the restaurant,
Ooh, Harmony. Okay, so basically free Cerydra Lycone, making it that much more, you know, of a temptation to pull for Cerydra if you don't have to get a Lycone directly for her. Now, do I know this is going to work for Cerydra? Absolutely not. I have no idea. However, have I seen how these event Lycones just get paired up in tandem with the character they're dropping essentially alongside during that patch? Yeah, 100% of the time. So...
right? You'll have to discover that for yourself in the game, Trailblazer. All right, after a hearty meal, it's time to get some drinks. In the
Siobhan?
event old brews and new friends, the Trailblazer will once again show off their skills as a special guest
Bro,
drinksmith
they're
at the
getting
Dream
real
Joan Hostelry.
lazy right now.
Master Drinksmith of Penacony? This little one sure is a jack of all trades.
Just bringing
Are you
back
going to mix
Siobhan
drinks for our
drink
monster
mixing.
friends
I'm gonna be
again
honest,
this
I didn't
time?
really care for this event all that much either.
This time, some familiar friends will be
Dude.
dropping by the lounge.
Yeah, the only
Each
reason they should
friend
bring
carries
it
their
back
own
is if they're
little
going to make
worries,
Siobhan a
and the
4-star.
Trailblazer can whip up a magical drink to lift their
Third
mood.
Penacony event
Delicious
rerun in
and
a row.
heal it
Brr,
all
brr,
in
brr,
one.
brr.
Oh? Which friends will be making an appearance?
Like Dr. Ratio, who came to Penacony to enlighten the masses? Or Director Topaz, who's exhausted from dealing with Penacony's equity?
I'm gonna keep it a whole stack, okay? I sing HSR's praises as often as I believe they are deserved, and I will also be critical when I believe it is deserved. This is trash, bro. What is this? why, like, bro, we just came off of a patch, or we're coming off of a patch, I guess I should say, where it's like, because the events were so front-loaded, we've been going through the doldrums of HSR for weeks now. Anybody that was stoked about 3.4 and rushed to the new characters, rushed to the Fate event, rushed to the flagship event, has had nothing to do for like a month now. And you give me Overcooked McDonald's style, and then you give me a repeat event that wasn't even that good of an event. HSR, we gotta do better. Like, this is wild.
Booty transfer. Or maybe that lovely lady
No
from the
Bellabog?
Stellar
Yeah, we forgot about that
Hunters
place.
might pay us a
It actually
visit.
froze over. That's why we haven't heard from them.
I see.
McDonald's isn't
What
that
if the
bad. I wouldn't say
Trailblazer
it's
messes
that
up and
good
can't
either.
mix the right
To
drink?
me, you know, different
No
strokes
big
for different
deal.
folks.
And hey, if you stumble upon a
Isn't this
secret
event
recipe,
fun for most people? It can be fun the first time through, but I mean, let's be honest. You're literally just mixing drinks, and it gives you the answers. So, like, I mean, how fun can something be over and over? Yeah, and like, that's the thing. My poor billion-dollar company, like, come on, HSR. The reason I am being critical right now, it's not like we have had endless content throughout 3.4. Again, 3.4 was extremely front-loaded. So if you're going to front-load 3.4, which in theory means that we have had not much to do on the middle and back, you know, sections of the patch, and then you're going to feed us a repeat event. I mean, I would like to believe, I don't work there, but I'd like to believe that this, you know, very small indie company has the ability to develop something new. Maybe, you know, a theme more aligned with Amphoreus or the new characters. Chat, like, this is just one of those situations where even if you enjoyed this, having repeat events too much, too often is in fact just settling for a bit of slop. Yeah, and like, the dialogue, here's the thing, chat. People that really enjoy, and there are people like this, and I'm not trying to disparage people that are like this, but people that truly enjoy interactions with the playable characters, so like how they just announced and made it like a point of emphasis, characters like Dr. Ratio and Topaz and Numby, and they showed her at the beginning. People that enjoy those interactions will certainly get more enjoyment out of these types of events, because you're kind of getting a character you enjoy in a, you know, obscure situation that isn't necessarily in line with like the main story quest, with the main objectives that the game is trying to portray. However, people that are looking for something that is a little bit fresh, a little bit new, maybe something that involves, you know, actually playing the characters or playing something that has not been introduced yet. Like, I think ZZZ does a pretty good job of making these random mini games. Like, HSR could quite literally steal inspiration from that. Just like some of you guys mentioned, the McDonald's event is something that's been in HI3 before. So
you might just see a whole new side
that's
of
my
your
pushback.
friends.
Judging by the Trailblazers' nature, they'll probably have an accidental slip-up.
After serving all the guests, the Trailblazer can invite them back for one more special surprise drink. May this special mixed recipe
Copyrighted by
create unique and
ZZZ.
unforgettable memories
Brr,
tonight
brr, brr.
for the Trailblazer and their unexpected guests. That's not all for 3.5, is it, Madam Herda?
That's not all.
Wait.
In version 3.5,
Wait.
I will launch the AI Herda
Wait.
experiment.
Saved?
I digitized portions of my memory and knowledge into data, uploaded them to the space station's encrypted server, and created a digital version of myself.
Is this
In
just a
the
click
space
event?
station
Damn it.
task force event.
I'm gonna be honest, chat, like, I don't mind these click events. I've said it before, like, if we're going to have a flagship event, as we always do, this time McDonald's, we're gonna have another solid event, then having, like, the third tertiary event be just click, give me jades, I don't mind all that much. It gives time, or gives people time to do other things, play other games. But again, coming alongside a rerun event,
And Trailblazers need to train the AI Herda by completing different assignments to obtain assignment rewards.
yeah, I like the
Training an AI
Divu
herder?
and Simu events. I find those to be
Hello,
quite fun, but
chat
I love
herder.
those game modes
Oh,
personally.
don't even bother. Chat Herda has rejected your query, citing insufficient complexity.
Hey, wait a sec, I haven't even asked anything yet.
Chat Herda's already trained on your behavioral
Bro,
patterns.
yeah, a
It's just
combat
making
event
predictions.
should come as like standard practice for every single event, or for every single patch rather.
All right, as we wrap up this feast.
Like, I would be a lot less critical, and again, chat, I'm just one guy on the internet, you know what I mean? I'm not asking you guys to agree with my opinions on this stuff. However, in a game where combat is such an emphasis, right? Where, like, the endgame cycles, at least to me, are kind of like the crown jewel. I like the rotating endgame cycles. Again, we'll be playing brand new MOC tomorrow. It feels like it should be standard practice, even if it's a rerun, to do a combat-focused event. Because, again, that's a nice way to introduce the new characters. You could rerun an old combat event, but give a trial Hyacines, give a trial Cerydra, to, again, try to debate people into going, oh my gosh, this character is so strong, I need to pull for them. You know what I mean? It seems like a pretty standard gotcha tactic for them to implement. So for them to just give us drink mixing, like,
I've got some after-dinner treats for everyone.
MOC, PF, and AS are the combat events I see.
Gift of Odyssey.
Gift of Odyssey back.
Yay! The Planar Fissure and Garden of Plenty events will also return.
Hey, do blade
Complete
drops.
the challenges
Love
to
see
earn
it. Love
double
to see it.
rewards.
Shape of Sirens, Stagnant Shadow will also
New
be
Stagnant
available.
Shadows, okay,
and you can
okay.
obtain the Ascension material Sea
Being a
Siren's
visual
Torn
novel?
Fin
Yeah, I
for
think that's
ice
an argument to
characters
be
upon
made for
completing
sure.
the challenge.
I mean, I think all Hoyo
Additionally,
games would
in
make the
version
argument that they are just
3.5, the
visual
feature
novels.
mentioned in the previous official notice that allows individual voiceover switching for collaboration characters will be
Surveying
launched.
the casuals.
Trailblazers will be able to switch
be.
interaction,
Oh, this is a nice
combat,
update.
and idle voices from the current voiceover to the
Wait, that was an ice type? Hold up. That wasn't physical? That wasn't specifically for Cerydra? Ice type character ascension material. Oh, yeah, Chad, don't say anything, but we all know. We all know what that must mean. That's crazy. I just assumed that kind of water themed it would have been for Hyacines. I think I might have said Cerydra earlier. I meant Hyacines.
And combat voice lines to Japanese, while keeping all other characters unchanged.
Nice.
Finally, Honkai Star Rail
Angel,
will also
unfortunate.
be joining this year's Gamescom. From August 20th to August 24th this year,
Maybe that means we get a trailer?
Honkai Star Rail will greet everyone with a brand new boot style.
Ice Welt,
come visit
surely.
us and get your free goodies. Stay tuned to our
free
official
temple, that'd be
social
cool,
media
too.
channels for more details. All right, and with that, it's time for us to bid farewell to this feast.
Damn. Is
Thanks
that
to all
it?
our special guests for being with us. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
See you next
everybody.
time.
Damn. All right, chat, what did y'all think of that? What did you think of the 3.5 live stream announcement? I'm going to be honest, the most exciting part was the first 2 minutes of the live stream. Like, scale of 1 through 10, you guys are pre-fired and perfect. Yeah, I honestly think a fair assessment to me, about a 4 out of 10. Like, Hyacines coming to essentially resurrect Dot. I do think that's nice. There's Dot enjoyers out there, and I do think it is insane that HSR has avoided Dot for so long. So that's pretty cool. Cerydra looks like she'll be a nice character. Cerydra being essentially best in slot for Fine and maybe best in slot for Nax as well. That's a pretty exciting character. The fact that we'll get hypothetically, in theory, we'll get a free event like home that'll, synergize well with Cerydra. That is quite nice, but the events kind of they didn't at all talk about the new endgame. I was kind of hoping, I'm not surprised that they didn't, but I was hopeful that they would have spoken about anomaly arbitration, this upcoming game mode that we learned about in the developer notes coming in 3.6, but it looks like that'll just get covered in the 3.6 live stream. Not all that surprising. And the rerun banners being something that we learned about in 3.4 with Kafka and Silverwolf coming back. No additional reruns. I mean, there's just not a ton of excitement, I would say, around what is coming out in the next patch, but I will be enthused to try out the new characters when they do drop. I'll always be excited about the new endgame cycles. We'll have more MOC, we'll have more Pure Fiction, we'll have more APOC Shadow. But yeah, the story looks good. I think the story is the most exciting part of it. So if I had to rank story number 1, but it almost always is, Story number 1, you know, new characters, then probably events, then reruns and everything else. Honestly, new story number 1, free light cone number 2, Gift of Odyssey number 3, then maybe characters, reruns, events, yada yada yada. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all I have to say about it. It seems like an okay patch. I don't want to downplay it because obviously there'll be things that everybody enjoys coming out of this patch, especially if you're pulling for one of the new characters, but it doesn't seem like a patch that we can necessarily all rally behind like the last couple patches were. However, I'm not going to really kill HSR for it, because we did have some good patches with the anniversary. 3.4 was a pretty huge patch, so yeah. If you guys watch this on YouTube, leave me your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this upcoming patch 3.5, what you, in fact, are looking most forward to. And if you haven't already, come check us out on Twitch sometime, twitch.tv/NXIRL. It will be linked in the bio. That way you guys can come hang out with us live whenever you're free. But if you made it this far, of course, smash like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll talk with you guys in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.